Good morning, you guys. Happy Money Monday. New week filled with opportunity, and this morning we're waking up to futures red across the board. SPY indexes are all getting a pretty big gap down. How we doing today, you guys? Currently 9:23 a.m. May 9th. Let's get this week going. Dow futures dropped more than 300 points as market sell-off continues with yields on the rise. We're still in the tail end of earnings season as well. Let's take a look at the earnings calendar, see how many companies are putting out earnings today. Right before the open, we got 93 companies putting out earnings and then 184 companies reporting after the close. As we progress through the week, looks like Tuesday we both got a busy day before the open and after the close. Let's up a little bit on Wednesday, Thursday, over 100 companies, and then Friday. So it's going to be a pretty busy week with earnings still, with us being in that. We put out our weekly watch list last night. And let's see what's gapping up this morning. First up on the list, DPSI. There's really no price action, no history when I'm looking up at the daily chart. This one, it's up there at all-time new highs at 12. Let's see if this gets a rebound later on. I want to keep it on watch. If we get right back up above this $11, $12 with volume, this could get people's attention. The float on it is only 5.4 million. When I say that there's no price action, I look at this daily chart. It's a new name. Well, they did a split right there, a 1-for-2 split. I think it may be a new IPO. There's really no history. I can only go back to December 20th, 2021. No volume history at all. So if any volume does come into this, it'll be at records. So I feel this one, it's a good stock to keep on the back burner. ZNTE, that was gapping up a little bit, but same story with DPSI. Looking over at the daily chart, there's really no history with it. So if this comes back and fires up, it could grab people's attention. We start breaking up over 1050, 11. We got all this room right here to start running. 23 million float. See how it plays out. Doesn't hurt to throw it up on watch. With the SPY gapping down this morning, we're getting a little perk in the VIX. With the fear gauge here. Be interesting. We just got to keep an eye on the SPY. Like Hawk pointed out, 400 is a big level. And going back to Friday, when we were looking at the SPY, when it was selling off there in the morning, the next key level above that 400 is 405. That is where the date this year's lows were. So 405. About right there. We'll probably push up, potentially grind up today, up to that previous day's close. It's hard to say what's going to happen. Markets, let them open up and let's see how it reacts to this gap down. Keep an eye on the inverse ETFs. UVXY, SQQQ, TQQQ. Markets are about to open here in a minute. Last night I put out a pretty hefty watch list for the weekly watch list. SOUN is on my watch list. This is a new name IPO. We continue to get situated here and set all this up. For the most part, for day trading and whatnot, it's a lot of sitting on your hands and being patient. This market, you got to be very, very picky and selective what you trade. This is a time you want to be more focused on surviving. And I've been more focused on more longer term. So the lower this market goes, I'm looking at that as opportunity. Give me a second here. I'm adding all of these stocks to the weekly watch list on Street Smart Edge I didn't get to last night. See, look at this NVCT. This is another new name IPO. It opened back in February. This one's just been gradually gliding up. It's about to hit 20 bucks, all-time new highs. Super light volume though. All right, ICPT. This was on the weekly watch list. 24 million float. Daily chart looks good. We start breaking up over that 20 bucks. ICPT. Keep it on watch. Lift down at $20 a share. After that big sell-off, it still has not had any really bounce on it. SKYH, that's got to get up over $8. Good lift here on Friday. 10-minute looks pretty good. It's just got to hold up in that 650 area, build up for that 8 break. FRGE, another new name IPO. This breaks up over 35. It's up at its all-time highs. Crazy, we're seeing the markets run down, making new lows, and we're seeing newer name IPOs running up and making new highs. BERU, that's in a confirmed downtrend. U1 is in an uptrend. Look at the daily chart, U1. This thing has history of running in the past. CARV, this is in an uptrend. DWAC, that one likes to move. Twitter's been getting drilled down after hitting 51. TDOC. BBIG popped up Friday. It consolidated all day. If this runs up and breaks up over 350, this one could get going. This one's got a history of running too. CYN is currently running. Snapchat recently got drilled down from $30 down there to 24. We could keep our eyes on Snapchat too. Roblox got drilled down from 35 to 27. Yep. Remember what we were talking about recently with the indexes? If the indexes are getting drilled down in red, you'll notice volume will keep returning to the tickers that have been performing. So CYN, and there's been another one, I think it was Redbox, were in play for weeks. they're going to keep coming back to these plays that have been relevant because people want to trade. I could see CYN running up here to 450. Could come back and ultimately squeeze up. Lyft is getting some momentum. Nice $1 push there out of the open. Yeah, let Lyft push up here to that previous day's close. Get a nice pullback back down here to that 20 bucks. Build up for that previous day's close for it to break up over that. We could run up here at about 2150. BBIG is heating up too. That was a good consolidation day on Friday. BBIG, it's got room to run up to $4. That 200-day moving average. I kind of want to keep my eye on DWAC as well. See if it can hold that 45 level. Build up off that 45 and you get a good run up to potentially 50 bucks. Let's focus on Lyft. Lyft, I feel, is a good one. And Snapchat, SNAP. Snapchat's gearing up. It recently pulled back for 2 straight days. So we could get a nice rebound here on Snapchat. I'd put a price target up here at probably 26.50. She got room to run, that's for sure. Top plays this morning. Lyft, Snapchat. BBIG. I want to throw DWAC in there too. But DWAC, it's still in limbo. So far, we got a nice pullback and kiss near that 20 bucks we were talking about. It bottomed wicked here at 2010. I was 10 pennies off. It's a battle right there with the SPY. I thought she was just about to push green, but look at all this wick action going on. The bears and the bulls are duking it out. Looks like that DPSI got halted to the downside. Yep. SPY is about to be going down, making new lows. See if Snapchat can hold 2450 right there. Break up over 25. She'll run up to 26. 2650. 27. You're just gonna have to take it in 50-cent levels. Every 50 cent. With that being said, let's look what the ATR is on Snapchat. Average true range is at $2.22. Lyft, it's got an ATR of 238. CYN, you're going to want to see 375 area hold up. It's building currently to break over that $4. If it breaks over 4, we'll run up. Looks like 450. Buyout, buyout. Penny stock. Penny stock. This one was in play for a minute. Running up from $1 all the way up to $3, $3.25. So you measure out this whole move here. It's pulled back. 62%. Bounces up off that. That's the first bounce right there. $3 is going to be really hard for it to get back up over, but if it gets back up over 3, people like stocks that are at new highs, so you could see a good momentum and volume push into it. I think this is worth keeping an eye on. Wow, NIO got destroyed. I'm gonna add BTTX to my Monday list. There goes CYN up over $4. Next stop is 450. 25 million float. Already 2.5 million in volume. This BTTX, it's already got 20 million in volume on the day. BTTX. The SPY is still trying to battle it out. We could get a nice little squeeze on it. DPSI just reopened. This one could set up later on in the day. It's super risky though. It could come back later on. Breaks up out of this trend that it's in. And over that $10, this thing could run up nonstop. Halts. Who knows how high this thing could go? $15, $20, $30. High risk, high reward. And there goes the SPY. Trying to squeeze out shorts. Good comeback off that 403. Now she needs to pull back and hold at that 405 level. And then you could rally all the way up to that previous day's close. Indexes, I never really try to predict what, like, it's hard with indexes. It is, because you'll think one thing and it'll do the total opposite. It's real tricky trying to trade indexes, or I just let it do its thing. Go back to lift real quick. So we got a nice pullback back down there near that 2020s. Still building for that previous day's close push. Very nice. CNTE. It's got super light volume on it right now. It's got potential. Over 1150. And if you see volume come into this thing, it's super early to know for sure what could happen. But if this bottomed here, we start pushing back up and volume confirms and flows in, we break over 1250. This one could be a big runner, but this is a stock just like that DPSI. It's a high risk, high reward type of play. You could see they're purposely holding down DPSI. You could draw a line out. Like somebody's holding their finger down on it. They let this bad boy go. You could really start to see it skip up. It's got to prove itself, though. Lyft is still setting up. Looks like Snapchat turned out to be a dud. I really wanted to see this hold up at 2450s here. Build up off that. Break up through that 25 in that previous day's close and reverse out of this downtrend it's been in. Typically within the first 30 minutes, a stock will put in its high of day or low of day. Go back to the SPY real quick. It's still a battle going on with the bears and the bulls. See how we got back up over that green line. Got real tight and it's sinking down below it. We still have not chosen a direction yet with the SPY. So the bears and the bulls, they're still duking it out for control. There goes CYN up to a new high of day. 420s making its way to 450s. CYN's been in play for weeks. Still got BTTX as well. I mean, it is a bit overextended and it's up bounce right here from a $1.80, almost $1 run up here. Thinking it'll push up, test that $3. That's where it'll top out at, and then pull back down. Notice all this tightness right here. And then it broke up after hours, pulled back, and it held. Nice gap up this morning. Continuation. Pull back. Continuation. Now it's pulling back again. Very nice. From the looks of it, though, it looks like the SPY is trying to set up for some squeeze out. How tightly that thing is. It's coiling. Like it just keeps pulling back tightly and building for that just kaboom. We've seen setups like this in stocks all the time, haven't we, guys? That's a good momentum setup. Look at CYN running, and volume is just now exploding into it. Let me jump in here real quickly and talk about volume real quick. It's important to pay attention to volume, especially right when that market opens and when you make your watch list for the day, a handful of stocks that you want to keep an eye on. Notice the volume gradually throughout the day as the day progresses. Always glance over at the total volume. Right now, it's currently 10:05 a.m. Markets have been open for 35 minutes. Total on the day here for these two stocks, BTTX and CYN. BTX has got 25 million in volume there, while CYN has 4.5 million in volume. Let's take a look at these two real quickly on the intraday chart. CYN this morning, ever since it opened here at 375, it's been trending up, running up to a new high now, 440. And then BTTX, this has been setting up. You could scroll out on this and it's been in play just like CYN for the last few weeks. But all of the volume is attracted to BTTX because this was the gapping up this morning. It was one of the leading gappers. So this is where all the volume has their attention. 25 million in volume. This one's going to be a bit overcrowded with volume versus something like CYN. It wasn't really getting a gap up this morning. And there really wasn't much activity pre-market with this stock. But this stock has been in play for like 2 to 3 weeks. It's been in play. It started popping up here back on April 20th. It's currently May 9th. So just over 2-3 weeks this has been in play. And with how light volume is with this CYN, it's only at 4.8 million. And every 10 minutes I look over, volume has just been gradually doubling with CYN. And BTTX, volume just keeps flooding into this one. You could see the significant difference in the two. BTTX, it's all morning after this run up here. It's just been back and forth, consolidating and still setting up. It's like a tug of war with the bulls and the bears back and forth. And you have to take that into consideration with as much volume like that. Think of it like this. Anytime you have a stock with extreme volume in it, one of my favorite sayings, The more people you have, the more problems you're going to have, because you're going to have all different types of personalities, trading strategies, people out here using all types of different indicators. It's a big long list of just baggage, making it more complicated to trade that stock versus something that's fresh, doesn't have that much volume. Now look at volume really start to pick up on CYN. It just crossed over 5 million in volume. So, and look at how much CYN is running up just nonstop. Every time it hits a new high of day, it's going off on everybody's scanners. And then they're going to pull it up and they're going to say, oh yeah, this stock ran recently. I'm going to buy it and chase after it. It's a runner. They're going to say it ran before, it'll run again. It's all a mind game. It's all it really is. And with you guys being here every day, I tell you guys, really pay attention to the small little details. It'll tell you a lot. The smallest little details, people overlook it because they have overlapping indicators. They don't know what they're looking out for. They're following a trading guru's alerts, when to buy, when to sell. I tell you guys all the time, if you just listen to the chart, pay attention to the bare bone details, it'll unveil a lot to you guys. It's all about that supply and demand imbalance. It's what the stock market revolves around: supply and demand. How much supply? How big is that float? How small is that float? You guys always hear me mention how low a float is. The lower that float is, the supply, then the demand factor, you have that demand come in like a lightning bolt, hit that low supply. That's where you get your price action and fluctuation. Keep it simple. Simple thinking. Wanted to add on a little extra part to that. See, look at the SPY. We just hit a new low. Looked like it was coiling up for a squeeze this morning, but they bring it down, break low here. Now we're making new lows on the day. We could just grind down all day with the SPY. I don't know. I really don't zero in too much on the indexes. I just kind of glance over and see how they're performing on the day. Somewhat of a good setup here on BTTX, but it's hard to trade this one because it's too far gone. See, some people would be looking at this as a good trading opportunity. It's really overextended though when you zoom out on it. The whole time that this stock trended down here, right here, consolidated and then trended down even lower, right here on Friday noon. Since noon last Friday, it's been doing its thing, ripping up here, pulling back like we were just talking about. So it's been non-stop. See, you'd be buying at the top, way up here, from noon Friday. This is where the smart money is, right here. The smart money's right there watching it and buying right there. Selling up here, up near that just $3. Scaling out. See, it looks good when you're zoomed in, doesn't it? Got a nice little setup here. Breaks out of that wedge it was in this morning. Now it's holding up where it broke out from. It's all about perspective. We still got BBIG, you guys. This one really, it's just been in a range. This one could definitely come later on in the day and break out. It's been holding up in this range. About right there. Just back and forth. You could put it there. Look at all that volume Friday. It's a lot of volume. And then even today, look at all that volume. And it's declining too. Look at that. Yeah, BBIG, this one's worth keeping your eyes on. Let me show you guys something here real quick. For you guys in the Discord here, I added this new bot, Options Fan Bot. You might have seen this bot in some other Discords out there related to finance and whatnot. This one's got some cool features in it. You can look up your options, dark pool, charts, of course, earnings, FinViz, futures, pre-market, and you also have scans too. There's a lot in here. But to see all the commands for this, you guys scroll all the way down to the extras, go to the bot command list, and I put a link in there for you guys right there. So just click on that link and it'll pull it up for you. The only thing that sucks is memorizing the commands, but when you're out on the go and you're not in front of your computer, this could be pretty handy. Oh, you can look at popular stocks on Wall Street Bets. That's pretty cool. Top short volume. That looks interesting. Huh, look at that, you guys. Top short volume number 2 on the list is BBIG. Oh wow, this thing is crazy. You could, they got a scan on here. Find the top 15 low float stocks of a sector. So you'd put that low float in the sector. Huh. See if BBIG can continue to build up off that $3. That's going to be the area for BBIG. CYN, it's got a squeeze forming here on the 10-minute. Squeeze right up over that 450, probably run up to 5. I think it pulls back down though to 4. Energy. Do a rundown real quick. We go through a few of these scanners. See a nice move on this one. White volume though. Running from 31 to 33.50. Currently pulling back. It's got room to run up to 36. VNTX, you got a nice V there. That's good. That's a bullish sign. Bit high priced though. See, look at these this sharp V here. That's where sharp V's like that, very bullish. On the back burner, that ZNTE, it's been heating up. This one could rifle up to that 1250. Volume comes into this. She's got a lot of room to run. DPSI, they're starting to let this one break up out of what downtrend it was in. holds that 8, pushes up off 8, she'll run up here to 10, breaks up over 10, it'll run up to 12. SQQQ's breaking up from these highs here. Here we go. I don't know if you can hear me, but Hawk, you still got that option? Which one was that in? TQQQ? Oh, damn. Market's just been getting drilled. Yeah, she's in straight free fall mode. You could tell. Look at the Q's, volume's been picking up on it. I'm gonna try something here. Well, it can't last forever, man. You know? Looking back at that, insane. We've you got to take the good with the bad. That's the way I'm looking at it. I mean, we were in such a hot market, and we've talked about this lots of times before. And with it pulling back and crashing down like this, I was just talking with somebody at work about this, and they were asking, well, how long do you think this is going to last? I was telling them, I was like, I hope this lasts all this year. I mean, maybe even next year. But market needs a well-deserved rest. It's much needed. It's a heck of a run up. Heck of a run up. But end of the day, you never know what's going to happen. Shit, remember back when the COVID pandemic was going on and everybody was, oh, this is it. This is it. Look how quickly it rebounded and came back. Completely threw everybody off guard, but that's when they were pumping money. They were trying to keep it afloat. Now we're paying for the consequences. The stimulus checks and whatnot. Okay, you get the you still get assigned the shares so you can keep working with it. I'm just gonna stick with steadily investing every week. I think last week I threw in another 300 buying up more QQQ and VOOO or VOO. With it pulling back today, I'm tempted to throw another 300 into it and split it up and just buy some more. But I don't want to get carried away and take just gradually every Friday. $300. 100 into QQQ, 100 into VOOO, and 100 into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been getting crushed. Crushed. Bitcoin's down. It just cracked 33,000. There you go. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, this is gonna be a long term type of deal here. I mean, this is, if you haven't ever started a portfolio in your life, this is a good time to start right now because you're accumulating into discounts. Then that way when it does rebound, all that work you put in week after week after week, it's gonna just pay off down the road. You just gotta, it's gotta be a 5-10 year plan. Even longer. Twitter is getting destroyed right now. Looks like we got another short cover squeeze there on BWV. Yeah, Rome mentioned it. About 8 minutes ago. I keep forgetting about this one. I don't think I was here when it did this epic bounce. And then for 1, 2, 3, going into 4 days straight, it decayed all the way. That's how you know it's a short cover, a short covering their position because of how quickly prices ripped up and how violently they ripped up. And then prices just naturally decay right back down to where they came from. That's all that was a short cover. And then now you're getting it again right there. Because when a stock starts to go sideways after a decline, that short seller's not making money no more. So they got to buy and cover their position. And depending on how many short sellers are in on this, the more the short sellers start covering, it could cause panic to the other short sellers and they start covering, causing prices to shoot up even higher. That's what happened right here. That's why you got such a big run up like that. It makes sense 100%. Robinhood down below 10 bucks. Let me check something there on Robinhood. Short float's at 7.7%. Average to range is almost $1. Institutional ownership is at 70%. Where's the... Oh, it doesn't have the beta. Ever since Robinhood opened and IPO'd, man, it's just been decaying. But it is correlated with the market. We've noticed. I think Rome, you picked up on that. We went back and we confirmed it with history. Already 10:51. I have 4 stocks on my watch list, my weekly watch list, that are green. Out of 26 stocks, only 4 are green. The stocks that are green are CYN, Cold, which is a natural gas ETF, VXX, or VAXX, which is another, it's a VIX, and ICPT. Which isn't really up at all, really. Besides the Direxeron ETF website I told you guys about, are there other ETF websites that you guys like personally? I think with us being in this bear market correction that we're in, it's a good time to go back and revisit our bear market playbook. Let me switch my screen over for you guys on Discord. In a bear market, we said you must be more selective and pickier what you trade or focus on. Going to be sitting on hands a lot and just observing. Discipline and patience is going to pay. We are not getting sucked into the micro time frames. We want to focus on big picture ideas and quality stock setups. Think like a sniper, aim small, miss small. We do not have to trade every day. Remember, all it takes is for one trade to make your whole week. We have a code and we stick with it, right? What is the code? Hold on, give me 1 second. There goes CYN up to 450. It's going to get that euphoric explosion up to 5. That'll be the grand finale after trending all morning. All right. I'm going to go and record this for today's video. All right. What we're going to do today, we're going to go back and we're going to briefly recap and cover our bear market correction playbook. This is a playbook that we started developing real early this year, and we made it available in the Discord back January 30th. So all January, beginning of 2022, we were, as a community and a team, putting together a playbook for a correction and a bear market because we've seen it coming. We noticed it real quickly, and this is what we've been coming back to for this market condition that we've been in 2022. If you're not a part of the Trading Learning 101 Wolfpack, hit that subscribe button, join the Trading Learning 101 community where we all grow as traders and investors. If you want to join the Discord, there should be a link down in the video description below. Join the Wolfpack, join the team. So this video, we're gonna do a brief little preview of our playbook and what we've established here. And this is available to all of the members here. Right down here in the Ultimate Pass, we got the playbook right here, the video and the PowerPoint slides if you want them. And then I also have my personal playbook that I have for when we're in a bull market. Plays that I like to look out for, strategies that I like to use when we're in a bull market. And then there's all kinds of other stuff in here for you guys, from member only videos, classes that we have done in the past. We've put out over 10 classes, psychology lessons, study notes, all kinds of stuff, homework, all kinds of great stuff. And we have a weekly chat Monday through Friday that we're always in every single day. So bear market playbook, let's jump into it. Second slide. Patience will be tested. Must be more selective and pickier what you trade or focus on. Going to be sitting on hands a lot and just observing. Discipline and patience is going to pay. We are not getting sucked into the micro time frames. We want to focus on big picture ideas and quality stocks and setups. We want to think like a sniper. Aim small, miss small. We do not have to trade every day. Remember, all it takes is for one trade to make your whole week. We have a code and we stick with it. And this is what we've been sticking to all this year, while the markets have just been making lower lows on the year. Let's take a real quickly here at the SPY, which is an S&P 500 ETF that tracks the S&P 500. One of the popular ones, SPY. Blow up the daily chart here. We topped out right back here, January 4th, 2022. And all this year, believe it or not, and we're already halfway almost through 2022, we've just been continuously trending down, making lower highs, lower lows. We got a nice pop here, but it didn't last long. And now we are here currently, May 9th, making a new low on the year. So we haven't been seeing momentum in stocks, and a lot of stuff's really been getting driven down. And when you scroll out and look at the big picture on things, let's flip over to the weekly chart. Going all the way back to 2009, 2008. That's the last time we've had a crash, correction, bear market. So it was a heck of a run, I would say. From 2009 to 2021, that's about 13 years straight of a bull market. That's a heck of a run, if you ask me. Sure, we had the pandemic pullback right here, but how quickly we rebounded, and then the Fed started printing money, pumping the economy with stimulus checks and lowering interest rates to zero. We're paying for it now. This is what's happening. So let's go back to the playbook here. Continue on with this. So what is the code? You're aware of what's been going on inside of the markets. You're paying attention to the environment. You're showing up every day, and with your own eyes, you're paying attention to what has been going on. Remember, the stock market is very trendy, and some trends that we have seen working this year. We've been seeing energy and oil gas stocks pop off and get hot a few times. And we've also been seeing new name IPOs pop up and run. There are a lot of newer name IPOs that have opened recently within the last 2 to 3 months, running up and making new all-time highs while the markets are making new lows. So that's been a really reliable back burner play that we can keep revisiting, is newer name IPOs, and we've been seeing oil and gas stocks pop off. What have we been seeing? Pattern recognition. Mindset. I want to be here tomorrow. Do not let one trade take me out. Going back, we don't need to trade every day in this market, you guys. We take it one day at a time. You show up, patiently wait for opportunity to fall into your lap. We've been in a bull market. We've known the conditions in a bull market. Every day we were showing up, we were seeing stocks run and explode and take off. Now that we're in a bear market, we're maybe only getting one stock, maybe two stocks a week running and taking off, going crazy. So the plays that are out there for bullish traders, we're not seeing that many of them. We're seeing a lot of failed follow through, failed breakouts, a lot of wackiness going on. Bears are in control. This is a short seller's market. Mindset. I want to be here tomorrow. Do not let one trade take me out. Am I mentally prepared each single day? Listen to your inner voice. If I am wrong, I will admit defeat and stop the bleeding. Remember, tomorrow is a new day. You never know what opportunities are just ahead. No averaging down, no revenge trading. If you're wrong, be wrong. Stop the bleeding. I've been in plenty of situations where I traded something and was just trading my emotions, and then the next day another opportunity, easier opportunity has popped up, and the stock would run up stupid from $5 to $40 in just a couple hours. So you never know how far opportunity is. It could be just right around the corner in the markets. So just be patient, sit on your hands. Something will come around. I promise you that. For as long as I've been a trader in this market, you guys, the markets have always given me an opportunity every week, every single week. I just have to patiently wait for it. If I am not seeing the market clearly, I will sit on my hands until things make sense to me. Always think big picture ideas, not just closing green for the day. I want to close green for the week. Think more big picture ideas. Instead of focusing on your P&L every single day, closing green every single day, my main focus, I want to just close green for the week. If I can focus on closing green for the week, that is what leads to having a green month. Consistency. That's what we all want, right? Take it 1 week at a time and work your way down. The ones who survive, the 10%, think outside of the box and differently than everyone else. I say this all the time to you guys. You have to be unique and different. I don't want to be doing and seeing what everybody else is doing and seeing out there. I want to be unique and different in my own way, because I know 90% of people out there, even more, are consistently losing money in the markets. Think outside of the box. Key things to remember. We are receiving information differently than each other. We all have different eyes. We all see things differently. Your beliefs roll over into your trading. Always work on you. I can't tell you guys how many people I see roll in to the Discord. They join the community and they think it's as easy as following my trading alerts or learning my trading strategies. It goes a lot deeper than that, you guys. We are all different and we are all in our own unique situation in our personal lives. You were brought up differently than I was, and so on and so on. We all have different experiences, first-time experiences in our life that have developed our beliefs. And we're all in different stages. Some of you may be 18 years old. Some of you viewers may be 25. I'm 32 years old. There may be people watching this that are 50 years old. So we're all scattered out everywhere, and we all have experience under our belt. So it's kind of hard. I'm telling you guys, trading, it goes in a lot deeper than you think it does. It's a big psychological mind game. That's all it is. And the more that you know about yourself, that is where all the secrets lie, you guys. You're not going to hear too many traders tell you that out there. They want to feed you and sell you the newest and greatest trading indicator, the current trading strategy that's working right now. And people want to be fed when to buy and when to sell. They don't want to study and put in the hard work. For as long as I have been a trader in the markets, the stock market has always given me at least one or more opportunities. I must patiently wait for them. One of my go-to strategies for when I'm in a correction, bear market, and even with this bear market that we're in right now, for me, myself, this is my first true bear market. The last time we were in a correction bear market, I was in high school, you guys, graduating in 2007. So, and I wasn't even interested in the stock market. So this is a learning experience for me as well. And we put this playbook together the first month, January of 2022. And I think it's holding up quite well. We keep revisiting it. We're adding to it as this bear market and correction continues. And it's all about adapting to the markets, adapting to what you're seeing, and evolving as not only a trader, but as a human being as well, a person, growing to be better with every day. ETFs and inverse ETFs. Some examples: SPY, SPX, UVXY, VXX, VIX. I've made a lot of videos on my channel revolved around ETFs and inverse ETFs. They're real popular with investors, and they also create trading opportunities for when markets go into the gutter. You could be using inverse ETFs to hedge your portfolio or even trade. When panic starts to come into the markets, you're going to want to look at the fear gauge. This is basic knowledge you should all know. The fear gauge, the higher the VIX is, the more fear is in the market. You'll see opportunities pop up in these inverse ETFs like UVXY. Let's take a look real quick at the SPY, the S&P 500. We'll look at the 1 minute time frame here. The last 3 trading days for the SPY, you can see that the SPY gotten drilled down from 430 up here. It got drilled down Thursday, Friday it consolidated, and now Monday we're gapping down and it's getting drilled down even more. Now we'll look at the UVXY. Complete mirror opposite of the SPY. The last 3 trading days here, SPY had a good up move here, or the UVXY. Nice morning push, consolidation there on Friday. Now Monday morning, we're gapping up and we're grinding up even higher. Inverse ETFs, there's all kinds of ETFs and inverse ETFs. And there's even Bitcoin ETFs. BITO is the Bitcoin ETF that was just recently released, as a matter of fact, this year. Back in, 2021, October of 2021. So you got an ETF that tracks Bitcoin. Let's say you like the NASDAQ, QQQ. You got the TQQQ, SQQQ. One of my favorite websites that I like to use to find ETFs is Direxeron. Direxeron ETF. And again, I've made videos on this website and how I find ETFs. They're on my channel. Just go into the playlist section, you guys. Look for the ETF, inverse ETF playlist. I think I have 8 or 10 videos all revolved around ETFs. Beautiful, great website here, you guys, filled with education and information. Take advantage of it. All ETFs, inverse ETFs that run together. And I got a list here that we made. It's all about preparing yourself for the future to take advantage. Remember, you want to be that 10%, you guys. There's a lot of people out here that just foolishly throw money into the markets and they don't know what they're doing. You want to be the 10% that prepares. You educate yourself. You put together a playbook. You're taking advantage. You got the upper hand. Remember that. Even as far as getting a desktop, getting high-speed internet, connecting in with the Ethernet cord, prepping up your desktop for speed. It's all about what you do behind the scenes that nobody else sees, you guys. You have the upper hand versus the competition. The ones who are out there trading from their phones, trying to day trade from their phones. So all ETFs, inverse ETFs that run together, and we made a list here. We got the Fear Index right there, the VIX, the S&P 500 Index, the Bull ETFs, the Bear ETFs, the NASDAQ Index. You got the Bull QQQ and the TQQQ, which is to times 3 ETF. And then the Bear SQQQ, which is a times 3 leveraged ETF. The Dow Jones DIA. You got UDOW, SDOW. The Russell 2000 IWM, TNA, TZA. And then the semiconductors, SMH. The Bull is SOXL. The Bear is SOXS. And how I decided to set up my watch list. I'll pull this up for you guys real quick. All of these different tabs up here are different watch lists. And as you can see, I got the Russell 2000 watch list. That's going to have the Russell 2000 ETFs and index in this watch list. All your banks, energy ETFs, biotechs, your semiconductors, my market ETFs, natural gas ETFs, gold ETFs, oil ETFs, my sectors all right here. I like to have everything neatly organized. That way it's just a click away from me and I can quickly pull up and see what's popping off. And it's all about timing, as you know, in the markets. The quicker you can pull up something, identify and put together a plan, that's where you're going to make your money. Oil, gas, and gold ETFs in a quick view, so I can quickly see by filtering it what are the top performers out of all the oil, gas, and gold ETFs out there. Looks like oil is the top performing today out of everything. You even have MJ, Mary Jane, which is a weed, marijuana ETF. Next up, gold ETFs and inverse ETFs. Related gold ETFs is DUST, JDST, NUGT, JNUG, GLD, GDX, and XAU. There's two pictures here of Nugget and Dust. And these are bull and bear ETFs that mirror each other. There's all kinds of different trading strategies out here in the markets. You just have to educate yourself on the information, and you got to put that work in. You really do. But I think I'll do one more slide. We'll do one more because this video is getting to be a bit long. And we're on slide 7 out of total. I have over 20 slides in this bear market playbook. Medium cap stocks. Stocks between $20 and $100. Well-known names that have good volume every day to get in and out. Stocks like Uber, Snapchat, Robinhood, AMC, Twitter. Pay attention to the big picture trend ideas. Need to have range. You can zoom out on a 1 minute and clearly see a stock moving more than $1 up and down. I am a trader. I take advantage of price action. It's what I need. Stocks that have been in play and stay in play. No new up-and-comers unless the chart proves to us first. When you look at the daily chart, we want to see consistent volume every day. So let's take a look at some well-known names. Twitter was recently in play with the whole deal with Elon Musk and the buyout. Recently, Twitter's been getting driven down, but every day Twitter has consistent good volume to easily get in and out. Every day on average, Twitter does 92 million in volume, and it's fairly priced. If the stock isn't over $100, if it's under 100, it's pretty much day tradable. Take a look at Uber. Looking at the daily chart, scrolling out, consistently every day, Uber does 140 million in volume, no problem. Stock's been trending down recently, but still offers good setups and opportunities. With Uber has a personality. It likes to go range bound a lot. It likes to set up and go back and forth. And we could zoom in here these 2 days, it bottomed out here at $26 and then ran up the rest of the day up to $28.50. That's a $2.50 run up there the second half of the day. That's good opportunity there per share, $2.50. And it sets up, pulls back down, bounces right where it bottomed out there, 26. Another nice pop up to $27.50. So a nice $1.50 run right there. It's all where in the way you look at the charts. You guys hear me say that a lot. But I thought I'd jump on to give you guys a preview. Bear market playbook we've been working on all this year. We have it available in the Discord. Go down into, if you're a member here, the Ultimate Pass. Click on the playbook and you got a video going over the whole playbook. We got all types of different plays in here. We have our classes that we've done, of course, over 10 classes. We have our member videos, over 18 videos in here. Study notes, homework, PowerPoint slides, key details to look for when creating a watch list. All the foundation is in here. You just have to put in that work. So I don't want no lazy people coming up in here. You got to be dedicated. You want to put in this work. You're showing up every day. You're studying your ass off is what you're doing. I'm tired of and sick and tired of seeing lazy people come in here and all they want are hot stock picks. You guys enjoy the rest